Stage 3 says, or this is what the Mukabalim, the students of Nachmanides teach, is practice this idea of ishtavus, equanimity. This is also, incidentally, a tikkun for the Chet Etzadas, right? We're saying that Tu B'Shvat is a tikkun. The eating of Tu B'Shvat, or healthy eating, creates a tikkun for unhealthy eating. The most unhealthy eating was in the story of the Chet Etzadas, in the Garden of Eden. And what does it say about in the story in the Garden of Eden? Mikol ha'etz ha'echel ta'achal, from all the trees you should eat. Rak me'etz ha'chaim, from the tree of life you shouldn't eat. Because when you can eat from it, you're going to die. What does that mean? The way the Mukabalim read this is not that there's a prohibition to eat one tree. The prohibition to eat is any single tree. If you single out a tree, if you single out a fruit and say, I want to eat that over that, that's the problem. That's not equanimity. If you say Eitz HaChaim is every tree. Every reality both has Eitz HaChaim and Eitz HaDas. Every reality has all reality. But if you say I want this because this is specific to this, meaning I'm singling this out of something else, that's the Chet. So according to this reading, the Chet Eitz HaDas is the opposite of equanimity. Because they said, I want to treat one tree over all the other trees. Any tree. But if it's one tree over the other, that's already not equanimity. And what's equanimity? Equanimity is basically you say that I'm not affected by what other people say. I'm not affected by anything that's external to me. I'm okay. Whatever is in front of me, I eat in order to be satisfied. We can't live on stage 3 for a lot of reasons. A, because we become apathetic, and we become completely disengaged, and we might as well live like monks in a mountaintop. You can't get stage 3. It's not supposed to be a way of living. It's a way of being for a certain period of time. Another problem is, let's say someone criticizes you, right? Someone criticizes you. So if you're in stage 3, who cares? It's not my problem, it's their problem. But what happens if they're actually saying something that's true? Then you're not being hurt, but you should listen to them. If you say, okay, I'm not really caring. So there's value to just not stopping at stage 3. But the point is, we have to get to stage 4. Stage 4 is like this. Stage 4 is not only a stage that is outside of 3. Stage 4 is what is called, it's a word, it's called inclusive transcendence. Inclusive transcendence is like this. Inclusive transcendence means you reach a point where the transcendence includes everything below it. Normally when we think of movement, spiritual progress, or movement in our life, you think of that we give up things, we move further and further. The ultimate tshuva shlema, when you say a person is doing complete tshuva, or healthy growth, is when it's whole. Right? Like the word kaddish, literally in the word in English, is whole. Holy. Something that is inclusive. I move ahead, and then I include everything. I move forward, and then I include everything else. The highest level of kedusha, the highest level of living, is the re-engagement of stage 4, but you're coming from a place where there's a strong element of detachment. You're coming to attachment, which we'll call it a holy attachment, a holy re-engagement, from a place of non-attachment, or a place that you're not connected. Eat as much as you want, enjoy life, enjoy the enjoyments of life. Hashem created the world to enjoy it. But remember that the enjoyments of life is a glimmer of the presence of the Shekhinah's, of Hashem's enjoyment. And the way to do that practically is when you come from a place of hishtavus and a place of refraining, we can also engage, and also in a healthy way. You want to buy shoes? Buy shoes. But no, if you're not going to buy the shoes, it's not going to be the end of the world. You want to buy this, you want to buy that, you want this, you want that. Gesundheit. That's an neshama telling you that you have to do elevation. Bir on the tzutzis, the sparks that are connected with you, you have to elevate them. True. How do we know if you're deceiving yourself, or you're just giving yourself, is it true, or you're just making up a nice story so you can actually get those new shoes? Or how do you know? What happens if someone says it's not available? It's not available. You want it, it's not available. So if you feel down, that means that you're really connected to it. If not, you say, okay, so it's not available. That's also the divine plan of creation. The creation, Hashem wants it, I should want it. No one says I shouldn't want it. I can give it up. You have something, you're meant to have it. When you lose it, you're not meant to have it. You have a watch, you love your watch, you love it, you love your scarf. I don't know if you love it, but you like your scarf. You really feel attached to your scarf. Gesundheit, it's your scarf. The moment it gets lost, it gets lost. That was also the intention. That's the level of connection from a place of separation.